The E50M is a heavy tank on steroids. I mean, this thing can reach a top speed of 60 kilometers per hour while featuring incredible frontal armor, also having a very solid gun. In Update 9.1, there were a few changes here and there to the vehicle. It gained like 30 more damage per minute, and it also lost a bit of dispersion. But it really didn't lose enough dispersion to hurt the tank too much. It's still sitting at .299, making it a fairly accurate vehicle in Tier 10. In Update 9.2, this vehicle will be receiving PBR graphics, and in some ways it was going to be nerfed, but Wargaming is buffing its turret armor, buffing it to what it would have been worse as. So let me explain this very simply. In PBR, this tank's turret was going to be a bit flatter, making the armor worse. So Wargaming is buffing the turret armor after it's getting PBR to be about the same as what it currently is now, at around 278 millimeters thick, meaning that you'll have to load premium to pen it. The E50M's turret is not going to be anything amazing, but it currently isn't anything amazing. I just think the E50M in general is one of the better tier 10s, especially if you want to grind a medium tank. This is hands down one of the best mediums you can grind in the game. Unlike having to play the awful Leopard PTA if you're stock, this and the E50 are much easier to grind up. Even the Panther 2 is not a terrible tank to grind stock, but I can definitely tell you the Leopard PTA, oh boy, that is a tank you will not like stock. So there's a nice shot to the WZ-113, and now we just reload. Now because this tank actually has a little bit less alpha, it's actually reload got quite a bit faster, which is nice. I do like that, having a faster reload, because now you just feel like you can keep on slapping the enemy. But at the same time, alpha is sometimes key, as we do know. We got a Jagdpanzer in front, who I physically can't do anything to unless I shoot him in the hatch, but yeah, clearly that shell did not want to hit him in the hatch. We also got the 4005 off to the side. I mean, to me, this looks like death. I feel like if I drive over here, I'm going to die. But you know what? With the enemy team having lost their 4005, judging that we have our whole team behind, it's actually not too awful. Our IS-7 might poke this. I'm not really sure what I want to do here. I'm going to drive off to the side this way, and I'm going to try and tap this Jag in the roof. There you go. Nice shot, 350. This is where being able to shoot hatches and having a very accurate gun feels super nice. Now, I am running rammer on this vehicle after Wargaming changed Update 9.1, so you do need to load a lot of premium ammunition to be able to cut through vehicles like that Jagdpanzer, but that is kind of expected. Nice pendant to the WZ-113 GFT, and we've been able to break over 1,600 damage already. We're going to continue peppering this guy. There you go, another nice 289 damage there. He's not looking at me, so that means we should be able to get another free shell in, and because he fired, we're going to get another shell in as well. 610 health. He'll probably be tapped by the IS-7, and actually I can't pen him because his lower plate's hidden, but not too worried as it is. He's going to die from my teammates, and there you go, not bad. So what do we have left? We got a 4202 and an IS-7 towards mid. So I'm going to push behind them. I think that would be the smartest decision I could make, at least currently. Get behind this E5, maybe give him a little love tap in the booty, fire some HE. We'll find out, but speed is obviously key, as usual. We also got the 4202 off to the side, but yeah, let's see how much we can ram this E5 for. You know what, not bad. 255 damage is a solid amount. Then we get a nice shot into his hatch. And because we have so much more DPM than this E5, I mean, the guy really just doesn't stand much of a chance. There you go, another nice shot. We are getting penned to the upper plate, but it's nothing that really worries me all too much. Let's just fire a heat shell and bounce it on this turret cheek. I do gotta say, running rammer on this vehicle is something I have to get used to, but we still were able to connect our shell, get 361 damage out. Now we're gonna get a nice pen maybe on this this IS-7. I mean, everybody else is dead, so there's really nobody we're gonna be able to shoot but this player. Fire! That did not go very close. But as you did notice, in this first battle, the E50M was able to showcase just what makes it an incredible tier 10. The mobility paired with the DPM and accuracy, it's got everything you'd want. And the fact that it's got frontal armor as well, that you can actually like go up against tier 10 heavies, ram them, take more hit points off. It just makes this vehicle so much more flexible than your average tier 10 heavy, in my opinion. Now, the 121 is up here too for what I would say a brawling medium, but this tank actually has a really good accuracy value, where the 121 sacrifices all that accuracy so that it can have alpha, but they're both incredible vehicles. This battle here, what do we have up against us? We got an M46 Patton, and that's all they got for mobility. So Wargaming has basically given me a much higher chance of winning this battle. I'm not going to say a free win, because you never know what's going to happen, but judging that we have two mobile tanks, one of them being me in a tier 10, the other being a tier 9 Batchat, it is quite unfair that their team only gets a tier 9 M46 Patton. Really not the smartest of decisions. But Where is our bat chat? Okay, I was about to say, if our bat chat's not going this way, then you never know what's going to happen. But, as usual, I'm just going to stay in this bush at the beginning, because you never want to jump the gun. Their heavies could end up pushing this way, and, yeah, I mean, if I ran into a heavy tank pushing this way, I could be very quickly punished. So, nice shot into the M46 Patton for 360, and we're not detected, and, well, if that guy's going to back up, honestly, judging that there's 3 tanks spotted on the other side of the map, we're just going to go for it. I mean, this Patton's got to run or he's dead. So speed, go, go, go. Now, I want to flank their team, obviously, quickly, because if I'm able to do that, then we're going to have a massive advantage later on in this battle. I'm not exactly sure what this Patton is planning on doing, but I'm going to keep on speeding towards him. Let's wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Nice. There you go. Easy bounce from his tank, and, I mean, judging that we're running rammer, we can literally just slap the living hit points off of his tank, and, yeah, there goes the full health Patton. One shot from the bat chat helping me out. We've already been able to deal over 1,300 damage in this game. Now we're going to start getting behind the enemy team. This is where the pain train starts. So we got the ST1. I'm going to get 1 shell into the rear of his vehicle. And in 3 more seconds, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go for a second shell. Unfortunately, he turned his tank at the last moment. The ST1 is honestly such, just like the IS-4, such a troll tank to try and penetrate the rear of. It really is. So let's go for that VK. Bounced again. Unfortunate, but not much I can do about bad RNG. We just gotta hope it gets a bit better. Get a nice shell into the WZ-113 GFT, and we start reloading again. This guy does pen me, but it is a tier 10 tank destroyer after all. But even though he pens me, it's not going to change the results of this battle. We get a nice shot into him, and now we're going to start pushing towards the Foch and the AMX-5120. Well, maybe we can get a nice HE into the rear of the Foch. Yes, look at that. 432 damage right there. Now we are going to speed and ram. Oh, 357 extra damage from that ram, which brought us to a pretty hefty amount for this game. So, overall, the E50M is a fantastic tier 10 medium, easily one of the best tier 10 mediums in the game. Both of these battles were easily over 3,000 damage, showcasing just about everything you need to, why these tanks are so capable. Now, obviously, not every game you play in the E50M is going to be insane, but it is really just a solid tank. And honestly, grinding down to get the E50M is not that bad either. You got the tier 9 E50, tier 8 Panther 2. The tier 7 Panther is absolutely amazing. And, I mean, when you compare it to other lines, like the stock T54, the stock T44, pretty outdated vehicles that definitely struggle in the new meta, especially like the T43, oh boy. And I will say, the FE4202 line is great to grind down, except for the Centurion one, and the Comet's kind of outdated. Japanese, oh boy, yeah, that's not a great line, especially if you're a beginner. I would just say overall that the E50M line is just up there with some of the better lines to grind. So when you have a great line to grind, and then you get a tier 10 that plays like all the other tanks starting from the Panther, it's just a fluid grind all the way to the tier 10, and once you get to the tier 10, I mean, it literally does not let down expectations. I do want to point out that you can't get away with YOLOing every game. There will be battles where if you YOLO, as you are a much larger medium compared to others, you're gonna die. So don't try to just YOLO everything. This is not a YOLO wagon, and even the YOLO wagon I don't suggest to do it. The tank's great, but it definitely has downsides. The track wheels are very easy to tear apart, and if you get a penning shot, yeah, this tank falls apart pretty quickly. So, it's a great tank. Make sure that you get informed on how to play it if you do get to tier 10, and hopefully enjoyed today's video. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.